You are starting your journey with IELTS writing. But you're confused and you have a lot of questions about the test. Questions about the format, or the types of essays that we have to write, or which structure we have to follow. Don't worry, this video answers all those questions and more. And later, we're going to look at exactly which sentences are the most important for your writing to be successful. Let's go. We're going to begin with the format of the IELTS writing test. Before we start, pause the video and see if you can answer these questions. Okay, the time limit is 60 minutes, 1 hour. The number of tasks, the number of papers we have to write, is 2. Task 1 is 150, Task 2 will be 250. And this is very important. Well, I write slow. What happens if I don't write the full amount? In that case, the examiner will be forced to take away marks for task achievement for writing task 1, or for task response for writing task 2. These are the band descriptors that the examiner will use to give us our score. You can find a PDF file in the description below. Now, let's look at the types of tasks we have to write. Of course, there are 2 tasks. Task 1 is 150 words and should take about 20 minutes. Task 2 is 250 words and should take about 40 minutes. Let's begin with task 1. If you're doing general training, you are taking the IELTS for immigration purposes, or for your job, or for any other non-academic purpose. And here, you will have to write a letter. This could be something informal, like asking a friend for a favor, or it could be something more formal, like writing a letter to a business to ask for information. Much more common, however, is academic writing task 1. This will be for anybody taking the IELTS test to apply to a university or for a study visa or anything related to academic purposes. Here we have to describe, keyword, describe an illustration. This could come in the form of a line graph describing trends, or pie charts comparing and contrasting information, or bar charts. It could also be a mixture of 2 of these charts together, or some other form of diagram, such as a process, a map, or a table. This is a general overview of what you can expect to see in academic writing task 1. In future videos, we will dive much deeper into each one. But for now, just notice this key word, describe. This means no opinions. We take the illustration and we convert it, we change it into English writing. That's it. We do not say why the data goes up or why it goes down. No outside opinions. Okay, moving on. Let's look at the more important writing task 2. There are many ways to divide the essays into types, but we will put them into 4 categories. First is opinion essays or discussion essays. These are essays which directly ask us for our opinion. Next is advantage-disadvantage essays. These essays often also ask for our opinion, but the main focus is whether we can compare and contrast benefits and drawbacks of various issues. The third type is problem solution. A common example could be overpopulation in cities. But look carefully at these two prompts. What are the causes? And what are the problems this causes? These are quite different. Pause the video. How would you answer each of these questions? Okay, an example for the causes might be people seeking jobs, or people coming to the city for better opportunities. But the problems that are caused by the overpopulation could be more traffic jams, or poverty, or pollution. So you can see that we have to pay very close attention to the way these questions are worded. The wording is very important. Okay, and last but not least, the two-part question. Many of my students are very scared of this question type. But it's really very simple. All we have to do is read the questions and answer them. As an example, the first question might be, is money key to happiness? Okay, simple enough. And the second question might be, what other things are important for a happy life? It's really not so scary. Just keep calm and answer the questions. So here is a very general overview of IELTS Writing Task 2. In future videos, we will dive much deeper into each one and explain sentence by sentence how we need to write them. Please put in the comments below which essay type would be the most difficult for you. Now, we're going to look at the structure, but first we have to go back to the format to see how our writing is scored. Let's imagine that we do the writing test, and as we said, we have 1 hour. So we begin with writing task 1. We spend a long time, around 35 minutes on it, and we get a 7.5 on writing task 1. Pretty good, right? The problem is we run out of time in writing task 2. We don't finish our essay, and we only get a 4.5. Ouch. Well, task 2 is double the points, so our total score will only be 5.5. Now, let's flip it. Let's imagine we begin with writing task 2. We don't even look at task 1. We sit down to do the writing test and we begin with task 2. We work really hard, 45 minutes, too long, but we get a 7. Then we only have 10 or 12 minutes remaining for task 1, and we only finish the first paragraph, 3.5. Ouch. So what will our total score be? Well, it will be 6.0. So you can see that task 2 is clearly more important than task 1. This is why we recommend to all of our students, do task 2 first. Make this a habit when you practice IELTS writing. Okay, so now we've done an overview of the different task types that we will see when we do IELTS writing. Now it's time to look at the structure. Let's go. In our two pictures here, we have writing on paper. But there's a problem. we forgot to do something very important. Paragraphs. Okay, that looks better. So what did we put in each paragraph? Well, for task 1, the first paragraph will be our intro and our overview. The second paragraph will be our body 1, followed by body 2. Note that there will be no conclusion because the conclusion, the summary, is already finished in our overview. Now, task 2. The first paragraph will be our introduction. This will contain P and T, paraphrase and theses, followed by body 1, body 2. We could also do a body 3. And our final paragraph will be a traditional conclusion. Okay, now let's look at the most important sentences that the examiner will be looking for in our writing. The first one is the overview in writing task 1. This will contain the most general main features with no numbers, no specific data. The next most important sentences are our topic sentences. They will begin our body paragraph and give the main features of the paragraph. The most important sentence in task 2 is called the theses. This will give the reader the main idea of our essay. If it's an opinion essay, our opinion will go here. The next most important are the topic sentences, and these will introduce the main ideas of each paragraph. Finally, the last sentence, and this one is often overlooked by candidates. The final sentence should be a concise, strong closer. It could be a suggestion, it could be our opinion again, or it could be a prediction for the future. This sentence will leave the reader with a really good impression of our essay. Well, those are the basics for IELTS writing. In future videos, we're going to dive much deeper into each specific part. Please put any questions in the comment section below, along with any suggestions you have for future videos. Stay strong, stay motivated, stay in action. See you next time.